Hey guys, welcome back to Maple Syrup Tech. I'm Rick, and today I'm glad to bring you my first official build for the channel. We'll be building an ultra-budget Mini ITX system, and basically I got the idea because right now everyone's looking at Ryzen. And don't worry guys, I'll be having a Ryzen build probably towards the end of the month. But for the moment, because Ryzen has shown up, a lot of vendors, maybe not the major ones, but sometimes smaller vendors in your region have started liquidating their older AMD parts. So basically this is going to be based around an AMD Sempron 3850, which I managed to pick up for only $25. So basically, you know, some vendors are really starting to liquidate their stock, knowing that the newer generation is going to basically pretty much make the older generation almost obsolete. So I managed to pick this up for a really good deal. We're going to go over the rest of the parts really quick, but just to give you an idea, the total system is $215. So it's really cheap system, and some of the parts are going to be used because in a system like this it's not worth necessarily investing in new, but they're all tested and they work on 100%. So first, if we look at the case, we have the Cooler Master 130. Basically, this is a Mini ITX case. I managed to pick it up for $30 on sale, and it was brand new, so a really good deal. The most expensive part is actually the motherboard, because no matter how hard I looked, I couldn't find a used one in good condition. So this is an AsRock AM1B-Mini ITX board. Cost me $45. If we look at the front, I got a 320 gigabyte Western Digital Caviar Blue hard drive. I got it used for only $5. So even if it doesn't last us long, I can swap this out anytime. I've got like 4 or 5 backups. I got some used G.Skill, basically Ripjaws X's. Cost me only $30 for an 8 gigabyte kit, and I validated they are in perfect condition. They work fully. If we look at the power source, CX600. It's actually maybe a little bit overkill with this system because there's no way we needed 600 watts. But I just got a crazy deal for $40, so I couldn't help myself and I picked it up. I actually might swap out eventually for a smaller power source when I find a better use for this one, because I already have one for my Ryzen build, which is a 650 watt, which is even better. Only disadvantage, it's not modular, so for cable management there might be some, some issues in the build, but overall it has everything we need. And the final item, a GeForce GTX 660 Ti. I got this for only $40 as well, used once again, but in very good and perfect shape. And I cleaned it, changed the thermal paste and all that, so it's good to go. It's ready to jump into the build. And honestly, it is a very decent card for $40. It's about equivalent to a RX 460, I'd say, nowadays, if you look at the current cards. That'll cost you in Canada about $150, so for $40 you get pretty much probably comparable frame rates that we're going to get. So I'm looking forward to see how it's going to work out the build, because this combination of items is I've never seen before. And basically I'll be testing also with the graphics card and directly from the Sempron, since this is a all-in-one, meaning that it does graphics and computing. So we'll be testing to see really how much more we get with the dedicated graphics card. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy the time lapse. See you guys at the end. guys, welcome back. So I hope you liked the time lapse. Here we have the finished product. Now there are a couple of things I did off camera just because it wasn't very interesting for you guys, and you know, I didn't really want to make the time lapse too long. One of them is the basic cable management. Now there really aren't a lot of options with this case, but I do want to show you guys what I did nonetheless. So we have here, I basically took all the extra wires up here, tie wrapped them, and I'm putting them here in what would normally be your disk drive if you would put like a CD, a CD-ROM or whatnot. I didn't choose to put one in this build because I'm not really using, you know, physical media too much anymore. But for anyone that wants to invest in a Blu-ray player or something like that for really, you know, watching movies and whatnot, they could put that in here, but it's not really too common nowadays. So I chose to go that route as well. Secondly, the other cable management options, which like I said are very limited in this case, there are a couple of tie-off points here at the sides. So what I did is basically to give the central fan clearance here, is I pulled all the wiring that I could to the side, and like you see here and here, I basically, you know, used zip ties to basically put them against the tie points, pull them to the side of the case here, which gives a nice clearance down the middle for all your airflow. The other thing I also did is I actually flipped the front fan to an exhaust rather than an intake, and I'll show you guys why right away. It's that the way this case is set up, right here you have an intake fan. So this is pulling in as well. So the way the manufacturer had it set up, you actually have pulling from the front, pulling from the side, and nothing exhausting. And on top of it, you have the graphics card here, which is going to be releasing like hot air into the case as well. So I didn't really feel comfortable with that setup. So what I chose to do is that since this fan is really well placed, because basically, I don't know if you guys can see, but you have the motherboard and the CPU fan right behind it. I chose to leave this one as an intake, so it's blowing cool air like directly on the CPU if you want. And then the front one I set up as an exhaust. So it's actually really easy. They have a system here where you don't even have screws. It's like little plastic pins that you pull out, you flip the fan. Didn't even take me a minute or two. So anyone looking into this case, I find it's the best setup. And even with the stock cooler, I was able to overclock the CPU to, it's 1.3 base, but I overclocked it to 1.5, and I'm having like no thermal issues even with the basic from the box CPU cooler, so I won't even have to invest in anything else for that. So like I said, I hope you guys liked the build. I'm going to show you two with the case closed. So the case comes over the sides like this. There you go. And we've got 3 thumb screws to put them to hold it in. I'm just going to put one for time's sake, just to show you guys. So, final product, we have a Mini ITX PC built for $215. I'm going to be coming back with another video with the benchmarks. And actually, I wanted to announce as well, we're going to be doing our next build probably, I'm going to try to have it out by the end of the month, but I'm very excited because it's going to be a Ryzen build. I already have my CPU, the new CPU and everything. It's going to be a 1700. So if you guys enjoyed this build and want to come back for it, that's going to be a high-end, well, higher-end build. It's not, well, it won't be 100% complete because I'm still waiting on a couple of parts, but it'll be pretty exciting. So hope I see you guys soon, and thanks for watching my video. Like if you liked, let me know in the comments down below if you have anything to say, if you have any questions. And I hope I see you guys for my next build.